Sequence of safely removing personal protective equipment, also known as doffing of personal protective equipment. Now, at what time do we remove the personal protective equipment? This is the patient's room with the door. Now, everything except the respirator will be removed inside at the doorstep of the patient room, and the respirator will removed outside after closing the door. Now, important note. At each step during the removal of personal protective equipment, if you feel like your hands have been contaminated, you have to instantly sanitize them before moving on to the next step, and this must be remembered in each step. You should be careful with your hands. Now, there are two methods of removal of personal protective equipment. The method 1. In this method of a removal, first we will remove the gloves, then we will move on to the equipment on the face, then we will remove the gown, and then we will remove the respirator will be removed in the end in both steps, both methods. Now, in the removal of gloves, the gloved surface of one hand will touch the gloved surface of the other hand, because both are contaminated surfaces. Only the gloved surface can touch them. Do not touch the outside surface with bare hands. Do not. And sanitize it if you have touched it. Now, after removing the gloved surface, the bare hand will slide his fingers to the inside of the other glove and remove it through that inside surface outside, and then we will discard the gloves. The one glove that was discarded will be held in the other hand. While doing the removal, we will that glove will be rolled inside the other glove. And in the removal of equipment of face, like goggles and face shield, the front surface of these equipment is contaminated. Do not touch the front surfaces of this equipment. You should go touch the back of this equipment, the bands, roll it above the ear to above the head, and remove it without touching the front. And if your hands have been contaminated by touching the front, sanitize it. Now, in the removal of the gown, the front of the gown is contaminated. You should not touch it. You should carefully remove the ties that you have at the back and of the neck and the waist, but do not let your sleeves touch the gown. After removing the ties, push the gown forward from your shoulder and your trunk forward, and slide the outside surface inward, and roll it out the outside surface inward, and discard it. Then, in the removal of respirator, the outside surface is contaminated. Do not touch it. Just remove the ties and discard it, and then sanitize your hands in the end. The method 2 of the removal of personal protective equipment. The difference in this is that we will do 2 steps at one time. In the first step, we will remove the gloves and gown together. Then we will remove the equipment of the face, like goggles and face shield, and then we will remove the respirator. So the first step is only different. In the removal of gloves and gown together, we will push our gown forward and force with our gloved hands the front surface. We will pull the front surface forward, and then we will break the ties that we have tied at the back. They will be forcibly broken, and then we will shove it forward from our shoulder and trunk forward. The gloves will be removed along with the gown. We will do it by using the inner side of the hands to push it forward and shove it forward and roll it together and discard them together. The outside surface will be rolled inward, and then we will remove this by discarding it into the trash can. Now, number 2, removal of goggles and face shield. Just slide the ties above and remove it. Don't touch the front. Number 3, removal of respirator. It is same with the field. And the next step, removal of the respiratory equipment. Don't touch the outside surface, remove the ties and discard it. And sanitize your hands in the end. That's all. Thank you.